Hi, I'm Kate Maryon, and today I'm going to talk to you about my book, Invisible Girl. Invisible Girl is about a girl called, 12-year-old girl called Gabriella Midwinter, and for the last 7 years she's lived with her dad because her mum left. Her mum and dad used to argue a lot, and her mum left with her older brother Beckett, and she didn't like her mum because her mum was very violent to her, but she loved her brother Beckett. So her and her dad have lived together for 7 years. And then they kind of jogged along okay. He's a bit of a doormat. But then one day he meets a new girlfriend called Amy. And as soon as she comes into the house, Gabriella can tell that her dad has just continued his pattern of attracting violent women. And she can tell from the beginning that Amy really doesn't want her around. And what happens one day, Gabriella goes off to school and she comes home and she runs up the stairs to their flat. And Amy's there with a backpack and a letter. And I'm going to read you this bit. "Here," says Amy, shoving an envelope in my hand when I get to the top of the stairs. She's standing by our front door with her sunglasses propped up on her head. "Take it, quick, I've got to go." She squints from the sunlight and pulls her mirrored sunglasses down so I can't see her eyes. "And take this," she says, dropping a bulging backpack on the ground in front of me. "We put as much of your stuff in as we could." "Amy," I say, "what are you on about?" "It's all in the envelope," she says. "Your dad's written everything down. Come on, quick, give me the key to the flat." I stare at the white envelope, my name scrawled across the front in Dad's loopy handwriting. I stare at the fat backpack on the ground. "Why do you need my key?" I say. "I need it to get in. Come on, Amy, I'm desperate for a wee." Then it dawns on me. "Oh no, did someone break in again?" I say. "Did Dad have to change the locks?" "No, dummy," says Amy, waggling her hand in front of my face. "Look, Gabriella, I did you a favour waiting for you. You should be grateful. I was worried someone might nick your stuff and then you'd be stranded. Anyway, we need to give your key back to the landlord. Your stupid dad forgot to pay the rent. Stupid fat bum he is." My tummy sinks to the ground and a red rage blazes inside me. "I knew this would happen," I screech. "It's all your fault. Dad's not stupid, he's just kind. Mum used to trample all over him, just like you do, and it's not fair. We were okay before you came along. I told him we mustn't spend all the money. It's gone on all that stupid wedding stuff you got." Amy tuts and checks her watch. "Gabriella," she says, "I've had enough of listening to you gabble on about stuff. It's not important. You're not important. I tried to be a good stepmother to you and make your life better, but what thanks do I get, eh? Anyway, you're not my problem anymore." I fumble in my bag for the key, my hands fluttering like leaves. "What are we going to do?" I say. "Where are we going to live?" "Just be a good girl for once in your tiny life. Stop asking questions and give me the key," she sneers. "Everything's explained in the letter. But think about it, Gabriella. Your dad's not that kind, is he? He's known about the eviction for weeks now. If he was that much of a kind guy, he'd have told you all about it. If he was that nice, he'd have been waiting here to give you your bag. If he was that kind, he'd have put you on the train and kissed you goodbye himself." Her words hit me like a car, spinning me through the air, rocking me sideways. "What?" I stammer. "What train?" "I told you," she says. "I haven't got time to stand here and explain it all. You're going on a train to your mum's, and we're catching a plane somewhere exotic. Yay!" She waggles her fingers in my face again, her big fat diamond engagement ring glinting in the sun. "I'm the lucky one," she sings. "I always have been, and I always will be. You'll see." Then she turns and runs down the stairs, her sandals clicking and clacking on the concrete. "And," she shouts up at me, "don't get yourself into trouble, Gabriella, okay? I lean over the edge of the balcony. "Amy!" I shout. "Where's Dad? I don't understand. You can't just leave me." Then a smart car with a taxi sign on top screeches to a halt outside our flat. Dad's in the back, his face turned away from me. Amy jumps in next to him. Everything's going in slow motion like it sometimes does in films. "Dad!" I shout, racing down the stairs, my tummy dangling off strings, twisting and turning in knots. "Dad, what's going on?" He doesn't even look at me. The taxi driver flashes the indicator light and zooms away. I run after them, calling, "Dad! Dad!" over and over, but I can't catch up, and the car disappears round the corner and gets lost in the stream of traffic. Back up the stairs, I pull my phone out of my bag and call him. It goes straight through to answer phone without ringing, and so does Amy's. I know they won't answer. I know they've gone, but I can't stop pressing the green button over and over and over, my shaky thumbs slipping and sliding on the keys. "What's all the racket this time?" says Mrs. McCluskey, shuffling along the balcony in her tartan slippers. She stops dead in her tracks and pins me down with her eagle eyes. "What you doing here anyway? Your dad says you was moving. I saw him heaving all your stuff out this morning. He made a right old mess of it and then upped and left. Nonsense it is, leaving us to clean up after him. Utter nonsense." She clacks her teeth on her tongue. My heart flaps inside me, a caged bird with frantic wings. I say, stuffing my phone in my pocket. I forgot we'd moved, that's all, Mrs. McCluskey. I'm off to meet my dad and Amy now, at our new place. Bye." I pick up the backpack and my school bag and quickly scoot back down the stairs. When I get out on the road, I keep my eyes on the ground. I don't want to see anyone. I don't want anyone to see me. I don't want to talk. I just keep walking and walking, clutching the chalk white envelope in my hand. And when I'm far away from our flats, far, far away from Mrs. McCluskey's beady spy eyes, I find a bench and sit down. My hands are shaking. My shoulders are aching from the really heavy bags. I stare at the envelope. I stare at Dad's handwriting, scrawled across the front in huge letters. Gabriella. If you want to know what happens to Gabriella, you'll have to buy Invisible Girl or borrow it from your library or your school library. And thanks so much for listening. Bye.